So we're finally seeing Goku versus Gohan, and at their full power, which means that this is Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku taking on Beast Gohan. And this is a super important matchup, not just because, it's Goku versus Gohan, but because this is going to give us more insight into the strongest of Dragon Ball and where the power scale is right now, because we're kind of at a sweet spot where there could be multiple characters who are the strongest in the universe. I mean, aside from Beerus, his power is kind of ambiguous right now because, as I've said before, they keep kind of moving the goalpost with how powerful he truly is. But right now, it's kind of in between Beast Gohan, Black Frieza, and possibly even full-powered, like, Rage Mode Broly. But, Goku Mastered Ultra Instinct is up there as well. He's always a perennial top 5 contender. So like I said, seeing him taking on Beast Gohan is going to really answer a lot of questions for us. But before that match starts, we're coming off of the previous chapter where we saw Goku finally leave Beerus' planet, come back to Earth, and reunite with Gohan, Gotenks, and Trunks. After Gohan had responded to Carmine from the Red Ribbon Army showing up with Goten and Trunks, trying to take out Gohan, or at least bring him in because of stuff that had happened in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, Gohan activated his beast form, and him unleashing all of that chi alerted Goku all the way at Beerus' planet, so he went to go check it out. And as we speculated about in the previous chapter, Goku immediately is challenging Gohan to a sparring match because, why not? It's what they're all about. And Goku actually decides to bring Goten and Trunks along as well. And he doesn't even acknowledge Carmine and his goon here. And he kind of just brings everyone, including them, to Beerus' planet. And I'm a little confused by this because I was hoping that these characters would just be forgotten about, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy. We also see that Trunks and Goten want Carmine and his goon to film the fights that are going to happen here. So I assume that they're going to play into, I don't know, this straight up arc or maybe a future arc down the line where whatever footage that they're recording here on Beerus' planet with these fights that we see, it's going to play into something that they do later down the line. Something with the Red Ribbon Army making a new Cell again, or I don't know, some new Boo, maybe Android 21 gets introduced to the manga. I don't know. They're going to reverse engineer all of this information in some way, I suppose, because there has to be a reason why they're filming this stuff and why they're here. But anyway, like I said, Goku brings everyone to Beerus' planet, and this is the first time that Gohan, Gotenks, and Trunks have been here. And Broly is seeing them for the first time as well, and he's like, who are they? And Whis tells him that they are the children of Goku and Vegeta. And also in this sequence, Broly finds out they can just easily all go Super Saiyan. And I wonder if that's going to play into a later portion of this arc as well. I would love to see Broly go against everyone here just to see where Broly is right now, but I'm sure there's time for that. So before they start fighting, they have a little catch up here, and Goku's finding out that Gohan's transformation is called Beast. Which it's straight up being canonized in the manga now as being called Beast. I mean, we knew that it was called Beast before, and it's just straight up being referred to as Beast now, as Gohan says that it was coined by Piccolo. And speaking of Piccolo, Goku is also finding out that Piccolo has a new transformation as well, which we talked about before, his orange transformation, which, I don't know, is maybe stronger than Super Saiyan Blue or on the level of it, not really sure. I know that Gohan said that Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were as strong as Goku and Vegeta, but I just don't buy that. It just seems like a gross overstatement in my opinion. But Goku says, I'll have to spar him sometime. So hopefully we'll get to see Piccolo come here and go against Goku or Vegeta. That would be pretty cool. But instead of Goku going against Gohan immediately, Vegeta suggests that Trunks and Goten take on Gohan. I guess kind of as a little warm-up. And Goku agrees to this. And like I said before, Goten and Trunks instruct Carmine's henchmen to record them because they're still doing their Saiyaman X1 and X2 gimmick where they're like being superheroes and they're trying to get clout from it, I suppose. And they're going at Gohan like with all their gear on, and of course it's not working out. They're doing, as Goku says, wasted movements here with like cyclone style tornado, and they're just making fools of themselves. So then they get serious and take off their helmets and they go Super Saiyan. as well as Gohan does, and they fight him at the same time, and they're not really too much of a match for Gohan. I mean, Trunks and Goten, they're powerful, I guess, but they're kind of being undersold here, I guess, in the large majority of this series, to be honest. Like, even when they go into Gotenks, they're just useless. I mean, yeah, this is like a fun little sequence, we seeing them go against Gohan 2v1, but they're ultimately not really able to do much against him, even while he's just in Super Saiyan 1. Then after the fight continues a little more, Gohan decides to go ultimate mode. And this is a really interesting sequence because Goten says, using your ultimate mode, no fair. And Gohan's like, ultimate? What's that? And Goten's like, the name of the transformation. We never knew what to call it, so we came up with ultimate. And Gohan's like, that's not very catchy. And that is hilarious because this is like surprising meta commentary from Dragon Ball. Something I would never really expect from this series and its writers. But this form, the Ultimate Gohan form, was never really like, I guess, official, you could say. Like, you know, you could go through the entire series, the anime, the manga. I don't think they ever straight up say what that form is called. Like, we might see it in like one of the titles of the Kai episodes. But as far as I know, this has always kind of just been a fan term for the most part. Now, I think the only like straight up official name for it before this was from the second Daizenshuu, which is like the data books for Dragon Ball, where it's referred to as Gohan the strongest warrior. Yeah, I know, they've never been great with names. And then other than that, I think he's kind of just been referred to as Ultimate Gohan in like the video games. Like, I think he's called Ultimate Gohan in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. But other than that, they never like say it in the series, you know what I mean? And to be honest, it doesn't really matter because if you go up to like a casual fan on the street, they're probably just going to call it Mystic Gohan, which was like the fan term throughout like the early 2000s, right? But I just think it's cool because, like I said, it is meta commentary. They're like, the name of the transformation, we never knew what to call it, so we came up with Ultimate. Like, that's the fandom speaking here. And then Gohan saying, that's not very catchy. Well, it's like, Gohan, yeah, I get what you're saying, but also Beast isn't very catchy. If anything, Beast should be called Ultimate, because that is his ultimate form. Beast doesn't even make sense. And I don't even think Toriyama is really trying to do like the double entendre there with Beast mode. You know, like, oh, he went Beast mode on him, because Toriyama's like almost 70, if not in his 70s. I don't think a 70-year-old man is like really keen on Beast mode. But anyway, after Gohan goes ultimate, Goten and Trunks decide to fuse together into Gotenks, but like I said, since they're so inept, they of course mess up and become Fat Gotenks just like they did in the movie, and literally get one-shotted by Ultimate Gohan. It's such a funny, unnecessary sequence. But Goku does mention, like, oh, hey, they still know the dance while standing next to Vegeta. Man, I really hope that this is foreshadowing that the fusion dance is going to come back into play later on, because I don't know if Goku and Vegeta fuse to become Gogeta to defeat Broly in the manga continuity. Because the only instance that we see of them fighting is just one panel, and Gogeta isn't mentioned, as far as I know. So hopefully later on we see Gogeta, or maybe a new fusion, like maybe Goku and Gohan finally fuse together, because I don't know if you guys remember, but they were originally supposed to fuse, at least with the Portera earrings. But Gohan, despite being a universe-busting god, couldn't catch an earring being thrown at him. Yeah, I know, one of the most frustrating sequences in the entire series. And also, Goku is the one who learned the fusion dance the first time. Like, when he was dead in Otherworld, he learned it from the Metamorans. And then, you know, taught it to Piccolo and then showed them how to do it. So, Goku should be the one that's real keen on this stuff. But I digress. Now that Gotenks has been defeated, it is time for Goku to step up. And he goes immediately into Mastered Ultra Instinct. And Gohan goes immediately into Beast mode. And everybody's shocked by it. Vegeta's like, this is Beast form. And Goku's like, check out that gnarly storm of chi. And it shows us that Carmine and his henchmen are still filming this. So like I said, this is probably going to come back into play. And I like Beerus's reaction to this. He's kind of like annoyed, but also like, you know, how Beerus typically is when someone is powerful enough to where, I don't know, it kind of puts the implication out there that he feels challenged somewhat. And Goku and Gohan start going at it, but we don't really get a fully extended sequence here. Like, of course, in this chapter, we get the full drawn out sequence, panel by panel of Goten and Trunks taking on Gohan. But once Goku and Gohan start fighting, it's just kind of like scribbles and implications of them moving super fast. And we do get like one nice panel of Goku like blocking an axe kick from Gohan, but for the most part, it's kind of just like that typical like fast fighting stuff. But it is implied to be like ultra powerful, of course. Like I said, Gohan could be the strongest. Who really knows at this point? But the reverberations of their power is so intense that Whis has to make a barrier around the spectators. Like, it's pretty intense. And after like an extended little quick fight sequence here, they both back up and then go to like their respective corners, and Goku's like, let's keep this up, and Gohan's like, sure. And then we see like the barrier around the onlookers has been like carved out from just the aura and the pressure from their fighting. And Beerus in the very last panel of the chapter is like, quit wrecking my planet, and that's where it ends. So hopefully Beerus steps in here, and that would be really cool if we get to see Goku and Gohan versus Beerus. Or, I don't know, maybe just Gohan versus Beerus, and then maybe Gohan's like does something to like upstage Beerus possibly. I would really like to see them step in here, but I mean, that's pretty much it for the chapter. Like I said, I'm hoping to see Piccolo maybe show up here. I would love to see Broly go all out. They've been training with Broly, trying to get his power under control, but I would still like to see him just go full power against Gohan, or let's just see the full extent of these guys. We have all these super powerful characters now. Let's just have some fun with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments, and if you liked it, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.